Hey folks, John Pelham. We're sitting here in the sanctuary of First Christian Church in Granbury, and I've got a good friend, Heath Ramsey, with me today. Heath, as many of you know in the church, is our audiovisual guru and has been largely responsible for putting these little videos that I do on line on Facebook and church's website and on the YouTube channel. My purpose today, I think, is just to kind of go back and look. Heath, do you remember anything about July the 13th of 2024?
I don't remember a thing.
Well, to refresh your memory, that was the day of the first video that we put on this thing that has been dubbed Pelham's Pastoral Poems and Ponderings. And according to your data analysis, this is the 76th one of these we've done. And so I just wanted to spend just a few minutes today talking not only about this being the anniversary, but a little bit about this whole process of what we've done. I'll admit to you, when we started this back in July of last year, the farthest thing from my mind that we would ever be more than 10 or 12 of them, and then we'd just quit. And over the years, you folks that have kind of been watching it have kind of made me think that we get a little something good out of it. And your data that you collect, would you care to share a little bit about the viewing and the data that you're able to collect from that?
Well, it looks like to me, from what Facebook is telling me, that you're getting at least 250 views every week, sometimes as many as 500.
Mm-hmm.
At least 150 people, sometimes as many as 300 every week.
Well,
some of those who are normal attendees of our church, and many of those are people outside of our church.
Yeah. Well, it's been an interesting process for me. As I told you, I didn't think we would go much more than maybe a couple of months or so, and I thought, well, I'll do that, and then nobody will watch and we'll quit. But you folks have been really good about tuning in and watching. You put these out when, Heath?
The plan is Wednesday morning at 4 a.m. I think last week I made a mistake and it was more like 7. If you don't see it at 4, someone should text me because I did something wrong.
Well, I don't know whether we have anybody watching at 4 o'clock. I'm not watching at 4 o'clock. I know that. But you know, folks, I started this thing out. I said at the beginning in the first video that I might do some of my poetry, and I've done some of my poetry, and I might do poetry from some of the other folks on the staff, and I've done some of that. Might use some of the lyrics of some old songs or new songs, and I've done some of that. So tried to use a kind of a variety of topics and subjects and content. We've had all of the staff of the church, all of the pastors, and everybody had a session during Christmas. So we've tried to vary the content, vary the approach as much as possible. I had asked for anybody that had any ideas they wanted me to cover to do it, and I hadn't heard a single word. So if anybody has anything they'd like me to do, I'd be more than happy for you to let me know. And if I can do it, I will. If I can't, I won't. So I don't know where we go with this. I don't know whether we go for a period of time and then decide what we're going to do with it. Do we just keep going till everybody quits watching? What do you think?
I think you got to keep going until you can't talk anymore.
Well, legions of people would have wished that a long time ago. Well, it's been a real joy, and it's been a real blessing to me, and it's been, I guess, a surprise in some ways that people watch. But I really appreciate people watching. I appreciate the time that you spend on getting. I record these things at home, and many of you have watched enough to know that I've used just about every room in our house to tape these things, record these things, and then you get them and you make the best of them and put them on the air, and I really appreciate it, and thank you for your help in this, folks. It's a blessing to be in this church. It's a blessing to serve with the folks around, and it's a blessing to me that to have you folks out there be friends, and we'll look forward to a future, however long that is, of doing these on a weekly basis, Wednesday morning at 4:00. Heath, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Same time, same station next week. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.